Welcome back. KwaZulu-Natal non-profit organizations say the welfare sector in the province is on the verge of collapse. They say they have not received subsidy increases from government in years and donations have dried up. Some NPOs have had to reduce services to people in need. eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli has this report for us.
Non-profit organizations in the province are struggling to stay afloat. This is a result of years without subsidy increases from the Social Development Department, the lack of donations from businesses because of COVID-19, and the National Lotteries Commission declining applications for funding. Julie Todd from Pietermaritzburg Child Welfare says the whole sector that provides these essential services is on the verge of collapsing.
In terms of the Children's Act, Section 105 of the Children's Act, government is supposed to fund statutory child protection services, but they don't. They subsidise it. So the problem with that is that we have to find the additional funds to run our services. And it's just got, the gap has just got wider and wider because in the last 6 years we've only had one subsidy increase. And we all know how expenses have gone up, operational costs. We have to keep cutting back on services. And in the end, it's the community that suffers because 75% of services to children are rendered by the non-profit sector. So if we're not here, who's going to deal with the child abandonment case?
Todd says social workers are also underpaid, which makes their jobs even more difficult.
We find that for example, the disparities between government sector salaries and private sector. So the NPO sector are paying about 12,000, 13,000 for a social worker with a degree per month. Government pay 21,000. So why is it not the same for the same work? There's a big problem with that, and many of my managers, or all of the managers, are earning less than an entry-level social worker at government.
NPOs say most of their applications for funding have been declined by the National Lotteries Commission.
Over the recent years, in the past 2 to 3 years, a lot has changed. The application process has changed, and our big concern has been the fact that they haven't been transparent in the process. So numerous issues around the application process. The fact that many of us apply to the charity sector, and when we got responses, even in the 2020 and 2021 year, we found that we were getting letters, like I can speak from my own personal experience, my letter as well, was coming in, through saying that we were rejected through the arts and culture, but our application was not done through arts and culture, and yet you're getting a response saying through arts and culture you've been rejected. And we worry and we're concerned about who's actually sitting and looking at our applications.
Social Development in the province says it recently held meetings with the organizations about these matters.
In the meeting that we had, I felt that we were able to resolve the issues because some of the issues that you are mentioning are issues that were part of the meeting that we had. But we really agreed on some of the issues, and for some, really, as government, we cannot be able to do everything. With regards to the social workers, we have sent letters, I think it's a week now, where we have sent letters to all the CPOs that we are funding, indicating the increment that we are going to be able to, to do in the social workers. It's not an easy thing to do because of the financial challenges that as a department as well as a country we are facing.
NPOs say meanwhile they are struggling and subsidies tend to be paid late. Lethiwe Mdluli, Pietermaritzburg.